The prosecution has asked the Central Election Commission and the Democratic Party to hand over all documentation regarding the $1 million accusation. Though the topics of discussion included crime, the budget and the economy, Prime Minister Rama and DP Chairman Lulzim Basha focused mainly on personal accusations and irony. The Mayor of Tirana, Erion Berliai, gave the key to the city to the famous singer Emily Sandé in appreciation for her performance last night and as a reminder to visit Albania again. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 30th of November 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. The Socialist Party has called for criminal prosecution of the chairman of the Democratic Party. At the opening of the parliamentary session, the SP Parliamentary Group Chairman, Taulant Bala, underlined that the Blue headquarters had paid the amount of $1 million to an American lobbying company via another offshore company. Where did Basha find the $1 million? Hiding money or avoiding reporting obligations are criminal acts, said Taulant Bala. However, according to Basha, Rama is deflecting his own crimes onto the wrong person. The DP has nothing to hide. The only man who hides money is Edi Rama. The Socialists are the ones who should have been charged with money laundering, said the DP chairman. Replies were also exchanged between Elisa Spirapali and Sali Berisha. The majority attitudes are considered by the Democratic Party as white noise, seeking to distract attention from the cannabis situation the Socialists have created. The prosecution of Tirana has launched their investigations into the Democratic Party's US lobbying contracts following accusations by the Socialist Party. The SP accuses the Blue headquarters of making a payment of $1 million through an offshore company. The prosecution has asked the Central Election Commission and the Democratic Party to present all documentation each institution holds pertaining to the issue. It has also been learned that the SP has requested the CEC to make available the dossier submitted by the Democrats regarding their spending bills, audit reports, and full documentation of all contracts submitted by the Democratic Party pertaining to the 2017 parliamentary election campaign. The Democratic Party has also been asked to submit any and every piece of evidence and information to provide full data on the contract signed with two US companies, Biniata Trade Proprietary Limited and Stonington Strategies. Until now, the stance of the CEC on this issue is that everything is publicly available and accessible on the institution's website. The Democratic Party has echoed the CEC's stance when responding to the matter also. For more than 2 hours, Prime Minister Edi Rama and Opposition Leader Lulzim Basha faced debates and personal accusations at the Parliament's podium. Prime Minister Edi Rama stopped during each of the 16 amendments proposed by the opposition for the 2018 budget to point out that this political force has no future vision and wishes only to restore the program from 2005. The Democratic Party has no vision for the future of the country. The amendments of the Democratic Party are based on the 2005 fiscal program, said Edi Rama. The opposition leader said the aim of the amendments is for the citizens' money to go towards state investment and welfare and not on organised money laundering. Edi Rama and Fatmir Jafai cannot fight crime, said Lulzim Basha. The construction of 3 incinerators was also debated in Parliament, while the Prime Minister challenged the claims made by the opposition leader, declaring that if construction did in fact end up costing €400 million, that he would gladly resign. If we spend €400 million on waste processing and treatment plants, I will resign. If we do not, will you resign, said Edi Rama. You resign? I do not expect that you will resign even though I gave you the facts, said Lulzim Basha. Throughout the discussions on crime, budget and economy, Prime Minister Rama and Opposition Leader Basha focused on personal accusations and irony. The Prime Minister said that Basha only shows his incompetence by resorting to sarcasm and irony, to which Basha responded that Rama's inability to perform his role is the cause of the complex he has that has pushed him towards a link with crime. During a visit to the US, the Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Ditmir Bushati, attended an event organised by the Centre for European Political Analysis on Albania's view on regional strategy, security, energy and Atlanticism in the Western Balkans. Invited to the panel moderated by Janusz Bugarski and Peter Doran, in the presence of an audience of analysts and diplomats in Washington, Minister Bushati presented a panorama of the security challenges facing our societies today, in particular in the Western Balkans. Minister Bushati noted that the Western Balkans is a complex region in terms of security challenges and listed a number of elements that require increased attention. He added that increased cooperation is needed not only between the countries of the region, but also by the European Union and the United States of America. This increased attention becomes even more necessary if we consider that our region, which is not yet healed by the nationalist ideologies of the past, is vulnerable and threatened by influences such as terrorism, radicalism, and foreign fighters engaging in the conflict in Syria, said Ditmir Bushati. Referring to major energy projects such as the Trans-Adriatic Pipeline and the prospects for its expansion across Albania, Montenegro and Croatia as part of the Adriatic-Ionian Pipeline project, he added that the region poses strategic importance to the European Union in its challenge of diversification of energy resources. Focusing on Albania's role in the region, Bushati stressed that Albania has a long-term strategic interest to contribute to peace and stability in the region and has used all international platforms to promote this position. More specifically, he referred to the support that Albania has given to the Euro-Atlantic integration process of aspirant countries from the Western Balkans for NATO membership. He went on to underline that this approach has materialised also in regional cooperation, where Albania, Montenegro and Croatia, 3 countries already allied in NATO, are working on a tripartite platform to provide additional regional security and promote interconnection and social development in the Western Balkans. As a way of providing a very special souvenir and encouraging her to return, Tirana's Mayor Erion Veliaj has provided Emily Sandé with a key to the city. Emily Sandé performed last night at the White Night celebrations at Skanderberg Square. Expressing gratitude to the singer, the mayor said that Sandé has inspired thousands of young people around the world through her artistic musical expression. What an inspiration for so many young people, said Erion Veliaj. Although Emily Sandé only stayed for a few hours in our fine capital, she was quick to notice and praise the hospitality of Albanians as a highlight of her trip. It's a great honour to be here as a performer in such a wonderful event. I may have only been here a short time, but very quickly I saw that Tirana is very beautiful and I was warmly welcomed by the hospitality of people, said Emily Sandé. As the lead entertainer for the annual White Night celebrations hosted by the City Hall, Emily Sandé performed her most popular musical renditions for the lovers of her best hits. Sandé is a worldwide phenomenon, with many of her songs hitting top-breaking spots in world chart classifications. As part of the events and celebrations for the White Night last night, many of Tirana's institutions held their doors open for the evening well into the night. Some institutions even held special exhibitions on the occasion, such as the National History Museum, and their special exhibition themed around the Declaration of Independence, which included some items used by the protagonists in the history-making moment. The citizens have shown much interest in the pen that was used to sign the original Act of Independence back in 1912, as well as the original picture of Ismail Cemali that was displayed for the first time. The art gallery also welcomed citizens with 3 exhibitions, one by the contemporary Albanian artist Zeni Balaji, one of the well-known German artist Rosemary Trokal, and who is exhibiting her works for the first time here in Albania, and one by British artist Grayson Perry and his exhibition, The Inevitability and Futility of Small Differences. At the National Theatre, Artan Imami and Indrit Chobani have re-raised the Fraud Show, written by Anthony Schaefer. As many of the citizens were headed to Skanderberg Square to welcome singer Emily Sandé, others preferred to be part of smaller concerts performed by street artists. This year, White Night saw the capital stay awake all night in celebration of culture and progress. The night-long party, an idea from Prime Minister Edi Rama from his days as head of the Tirana municipality, has now become a tradition. As part of the plan for the Year of Skanderberg, the General Directorate of Archives will hold for the first time ever Open Archives Week. The coordinator for the Right to Information, Elsa Saka, explained how the week is supposed to operate in a media statement today. In the year of Skanderberg, we open our doors to the public. Among the documents available for disclosure, we will also be exposing the Codex of Berat, said Saka. Open Archives Week will start on December 18 to continue on until December 22, although it is still unknown whether entry will be free of charge or a payment will be required. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.